fire on the mountain, and nobody seems to be on the run. Oh, there is fire on the mountain top, and no one is running.
Since 1999, when the democratic dispensation began in Nigeria, it is not in doubt that we have witnessed and experienced pockets of development in few areas like the deregulation of the downstream sector, rejuvenation of the telecom sector, and recapitalization of the financial sector. Dividends of democracy, we could say, have begun to trickle down to the Nigerian people. However, there is still a long way to go, a very long way. There is an African adage that says, no right-thinking person leaves fire on his house roof and goes to bed. But it does appear that that is what we are inadvertently doing in Nigeria and Africa at large. In year 2000, during the United Nations Millennium Summit, 189 countries, including Nigeria, adopted the Millennium Declaration to eradicate extreme poverty and hunger, achieve universal primary education, promote gender equality and empower women, reduce child mortality, improve maternal health, combat HIV/AIDS, malaria and other diseases, ensure environmental sustainability, develop a global partnership for development. Halfway into the set date of the year 2015 Millennium Development Goals, can we have a snippet of how far we have gone? At least it will help us to know if the year 2015 goals are still achievable. The brutal truth is that going by the present realities, we are not likely to meet the Millennium Development Goals.
There is fire on the mountain, and nobody seems to be on the run.
In modern world, the Commonwealth of Nations, religion, and legal institutions are sustained on the premise that the dignity and sanctity of the human life shall be respected. What makes man civil is not just mere technological advancement, but respect for human life. Nations are thus ranked and respected by the level of well-being of their citizenry. The quality of lives of the populace becomes the yardstick for measuring civilization. A wealthy and responsive nation is known and judged by the level of social and physical infrastructure it can provide for the welfare and benefits of its citizenry, expressed through transportation, housing, security, social infrastructure, environment, and principally education and the healthcare system. The Nigerian health system was assessed as ranking 187th position among 191 countries by the World Health Organization report. Health indices in the country are shocking and shameful. Hospitals and clinics are mere consulting rooms and have become the shadows of themselves. Dilapidated structures, obsolete equipment, lack of competence, and acute shortage of human resources have made Nigeria's health system a modern-day tragedy.
There is fire on the mountain, and nobody seems to be on the run.
The Nigerian education sector is comatose and is declining fast like a falling rocket. The primary, secondary, and tertiary education are disjointed. The implementation of the 6334 education policy did not achieve the desired results. Universities and tertiary institutions are producing graduates who are grounded, incapable, incompetent, ineffective, and unemployable with little or no intellectual content. There is a huge disconnect between the academia and the business world. We now have youths who are burdened to themselves, the labor market, and to the nation.
There is fire on the mountain, and nobody seems to be on the run.
How often have we heard that the future of any nation are the youth of that nation? Yet in Nigeria, our youth are lost on the deep high sea with no compass, inside a sinking canoe with a broken paddle. There is high level of youth unemployment in Nigeria, and we are complaining about rising crime rates, cultism, armed robbery, drug trafficking, kidnapping, Yahoo boys, and 419. Most of the resourceful youth have left the shores of this country. If we could spend half of what we spend on security on education, then we will open more school doors and shut more prison gates. If we halved the number of unemployed youths, we would have halved the number of crimes.
Why you back here? Why you back here? For we land, pay our money. You must pay us. You must pay us. You must pay for the press.
Àpáta ń wo gbogbo ojú mi yìí, not only my eye or my own body. Àwọn èèyàn máa ń pè mí ní ìlébò. Àwa dẹ̀ ni báyìí oníwàhálà kan ní wa dẹ́ pé a máa ń fa wàhálà nínú àdúgbò yìí. Báyìí ń rówó bí irú àwọn big man tó bá wá, wọ́n máa jókòó. Wá ní kọ́lá báwọn pé obìnrin wá. Ẹ bá ti lọ pe aláṣẹ́wó fún wọn, they will find us something. À ń mu ọtí, à ń fa sìgá. I'm one of them.
There are indeed pockets of best practices in Nigeria. Government, NGOs, civil societies, and several private sector-led initiatives are working to provide quality services in healthcare, education, and youth development. While their contributions are acknowledged, it does not remove the fact that much is still needed to be done. The privileged few who can provide their children and relatives with quality health care and education might be happy now, but in the long run, they will discover that their children will grow up in a threatened environment full of fear, unrest, and uncertainty in the face of other children who are untrained, who have also grown up to become social menace. When we refuse to develop and harness the youth, we pawn our future, we mortgage our heritage. What is the way forward? We don't necessarily need more talk and talk. We need action.